Well, hello, and I'd like to welcome everybody to this first of many FKT podcasts on Periscope. Let's see here. Get into my meetings here so I can see your guys' requests. All right. So we're going to be discussing a bunch of different things today. First, I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors for this first, Periscope live cast, which is Multi-Mold Guns. They're based out of Michigan, and they make a lot of the props that we use here at FKT FBS for your holsters. So we do everything from, the basic run-of-the-mill holster to your light-bearing holsters. We have a new one called a FKT Enforcer Level 2, which has the Level 2 retention hood. So big shout-out to Multi-Mold Guns out in Michigan, and thank you for being our first sponsor, I guess, so to say, for our very first podcast. Now, to let you guys know during this, if you do have the Periscope app or you're watching live on Twitter, I do believe you can ask questions. You can post them right up into the feed so people see what's going on. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm covering a couple different things today. The first thing I'm going to cover is we have two events out at our main field that FKT likes to call home. We have Operation Overthrown going on May 7th, which is at the Old Frontier Airsoft Field. It's a mini milsim. It's a one-day op. It's on May 7th. However, they do have free camping the night before, so if you want to come out and get set up and just sit around the campfire and talk to some of the players that'll be there that day, feel free. FKT will be there as well with Team Wolfpack and a few of the other local teams. So May 7th is Operation Overthrown. It looks like it's going to be a really good op. They are on Facebook. If you search for the event, it's called Operation Overthrown at the Old Frontier Airsoft Field in Thompson, Georgia. Then the other big op that FKT is putting on is going on. It is Operation Black Dagger. It's a full weekend-long milsim, August 19th through the 21st. We have some pretty big sponsors already on board. We have Glactac. If you guys are following Facebook, you'll see a lot of the really cool stuff that he makes. He makes the like Mandalorian armor, but he makes it for airsoft. Also, he did a shoot with H&K, I believe, like a month or two ago, and looked really, really BS. Very impressed. So he's donating one of his helmets for our raffle, which is really cool of him to do. We also have Enola Gay, so we all know them for smoke grenades. We have Grey Wolf Tactical Combat out of Florida. They are coming all the way up, and they're going to be our primary vendor on site. So, you can look them up on Facebook too. They're out of Florida. So, those three big events going on. And the field that we're playing on is constantly evolving all the time, which is really great to see that field building and getting stronger. And as time goes on, it's going to become one of the premier fields, or at least I feel it's going to become one of the premier fields here in Georgia. 65 plus acres to play on, wooded, open. They're building more and more CQC areas on the field, so that's a big plus. So come on out. May 7th is Operation Overthrown, which is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a good time. And then on August 19th through the 21st, we are going to be doing Operation Black Dagger, which is going to be an event that throughout potentially the rest of 2016 and into 2017, there will be little events that will build upon that. And then again, we're hoping that this becomes an annual event at this field, because this field really is quite impressive. And we do have some, I guess, if you want to call them airsoft celebrities or, well-known airsoft players in this area. We have P90 Girl, who is one of the team COs. We also have Airsoft Hasmeen, all the way from California, coming out here to be the CO for the other team. I believe tan team, I believe. I'll have to look it again, but she's going to be there. We also have BB Tactical coming from the Pacific Northwest. He's coming out of Washington State. He does a lot of stuff for Grey Ghost Gear and Tactical Tailor out of Washington, so it'll be great to have him out here. He's going to be the XO for Airsoft Tasmin. Also, you can look her up. Her handle is the AK Assassin, so you can look her up either way. Check out her Facebook page. Also, if you're not already a fan of P90 Girls, be sure you check out her page as well, too. She does a lot of stuff in the local scene, and it's going to be a big honor to have her as one of the COs for the event in August. Also, she is going to be in the promotional video, so we're pretty happy to have her on board with this. But come out, enjoy. I know it's in the middle of August. It's, you know, probably next to the hottest time of the year out there, but we are going to make sure that this is a great event. There is going to be night play. This event will go on Saturday night. We'll go all the way to midnight. And we definitely have, there are so many objectives that by the time you're done on Saturday, you're going to wake up Sunday to get ready to play, and you're going to be like, wow, I'm sore. We are going to have you guys all over that field, different objectives, everything from area effective objectives to an HVT objective. I mean, I just can't tell you how many different objectives we have going on. So I did see a couple questions pop up. So like I said, feel free. And I apologize, I'm working on two different devices, so if you see me, if I get a little blurry in there up close, that's why. The other thing I want to talk about is a couple of you have seen the video review I did on the Max Expedition Saber Cap Versa Pack and the Gunslinger Sitka single sling pack. I do want to let you know that we do have a video that will be coming out. We'll be doing another live Periscope cast with the reviews for those bags. So I want to let you know we used them out at Op Broken Arrow 2 weekends ago, and I have to say I was very impressed. Very lightweight. I mean, it didn't put a lot of pressure on the shoulders, and it carried everything I needed to. It was very easy to get to all the stuff that I had that I was carrying with me, everything from extra mags, extra ammo with me, speed loaders, and so on. So it's a great bag, very versatile, and whether you're using it for backpacking or, you know, just an extra go bag to throw in your car, it was great. So I'll be sure to do another review on that, and I'm going to be using it when we go to Rogue Dragon 3 here at the end of April. I'll be using that again as well. So I do like the gear. I'm very impressed with it. Max Expedition, first time I've ever used their gear, and so again, very impressed. So let's see, what else? Oh yes, so we have two new products that are coming out for FKT FBS. One of them is, as we saw, a lot of regulators, a lot of exposed area to that pressure dial that's on all your regulators out there. So I was talking with Matt Yates, who's a member of Team Wolfpack, and we started looking over his, yes, to Shaggy 123453. Yes, there will be maps available for Operation Black Dagger. They're actually, once you sign up and you pay and register, we add you to the closed secret planning groups for each team. Each team does have all of their rules are in there, general objectives, because you will get more objectives as the game goes on. But general objectives, field rules, you'll also have a map for the field. So yes, there is a map on the field. The thing with that map that you're seeing is a generalized map. So there are objectives out there that you'll get en route that will call out grid coordinates for you to go find certain objectives, and we don't want to give everything away. But yes, there are maps, and they are there on each of the planning forums. So once you sign up, you know, you let me know green side or tan side. We add you to that. You will see that the maps are there, the rules are there, your general objectives are there. We also have things in game that as you earn points, you're able to use, like you can use an airstrike. You can also use things like a satellite jammer, things like that to jam the enemy communication. So we have different systems set up, but all your information is on your planning forum. And also, if you're getting on that page, be sure to introduce yourself. the COs are going to start, as time rolls on and we get closer to this event, they're going to get roster, and they're going to start putting their teams together based upon our rule set. If you look at that, it'll show you how the squads are broken down. So yes, going back to the original question, yes, we will have maps available, and we'll make sure we have a few extra printed out at the field, that if you forgot one or didn't print one, it will be there. But letting you guys know now, there's plenty of time. Once you pay and register, you get on there, print out that information so you're able to go over it with your buddies and teams that you're going to come with, or in general, just so you understand all the information going on. So, any other questions pertaining to Black Dagger? Going once, going twice, 3 times. All right. So what I was saying before is I was talking with Matt Yates, and we were discussing. Somebody pops a question. Okay, good question there. What's included in the pre-registration? And you guys are just pulling them out all at the last second, or it's just the delay. But that's right. So here's what we have. So when you pre-register, we do 2 different types of registration. We have very few people take advantage of early bird registration. But now everybody is getting in, and we have registration that goes to the 31st of July. And including that is raffle ticket for our raffle, a bag of ammo, which is going to be Laser Dot Ammo. They are our ammo sponsors for this event, and your faction patch, and of course the cost of your registration. And there might be a few extra surprises in there. We just got to look at total attendance when that comes down the line. But that's what's included in pre-registration. Now, we really don't want people to show up at the field to pay, and here's why. Right now, the price to register is $50. However, if you show up on site, it's $65, and you don't get any of the extra bonus items. You don't get the raffle ticket, you don't get the extra bag of ammo. I mean, you'll get your faction patch, but you will not get the other 2 extras and whatever else we're able to give to the players who are coming out. So just take that in mind. It is the 31st. I realize we still have time on the calendar, but I do recommend, especially if you're registering a big team, that you get that done as soon as possible, so that way your spots are already locked in. Good question on that. So what I was saying before is we were discussing a Kydex regulator protector. And what this would do is, you go to an event, you chrome your HPA gun, the ref says, yep, this is good. You would be able to drop that protector down over top of your regulator, and the rest would be able to then at that time feed the zip ties through the holes to lock it down into place. So we are in the process of R&D'ing a new regulator / tournament lock for our HPA users. I did notice that out Broken Arrow, there were some regulators that were locked out. There was others that weren't. I think the problem was that the zip ties were too wide. I did give them a couple ideas of using banding wire, because again, that's thin, they can go through, they can lock it out, and they're able to tell if someone clips that or adjusts it. So we're going to try to take out the mystery of, if a zip tie fits, or use of banding wire. But once a regulator is adjusted, this tournament lock will be able to slide down over, this casing will be able to slide down over your regulator, and then they can go ahead and feed in the zip ties to lock that down so it won't go anywhere. So that right there is one of the things we're working on. I'm also working on right now, I know a lot of us carry ammo and speed loaders, and one of the things that we have had happen is you're out in the field and all of a sudden you hear that little latch pop, and then the trigger to push your BBs into your mag has popped up, and the only way to get it back down is you're going to expel out 4 to 6 BBs. So we are actually in the process, again, myself and Matt Yates are in the process of designing a clip that would fit down over that and lock that out, so again, you wouldn't have any issues. So it'll be something that'll slide right over the speed loader, cover not only the top portion, the trigger button, but it will also cover that little latch button that pops the trigger up. So be looking for those. The HPA tournament lock pouch that we're making, probably $15 to $20. We're going to try to standardize the build so we can figure it out. Man, there are just questions coming in like crazy. There is a mag restriction for this event. You can carry as many high caps as you want, or I'm sorry, not high caps, I apologize. Mid caps or low caps. However, you can only carry 2, I repeat, 2 high caps. That's it. The whole point of a milsim is try to get as close to what the guys in uniform are using. So we want, again, we want realistic things like you're running 90 round mid caps, you run out of ammo, you're combat ineffective at that point. So again, two high caps, unlimited low caps, unlimited mid caps. You will be allowed to carry up to 3 speed loaders, not the big M4 looking ones, not automatics, speed loaders, but the regular pistol mag looking speed loaders. You'll be allowed to carry 3 of those. And we'll make sure we get that information out onto the planning pages so that way all that information is there for you. But our restriction is as such. I can tell you for next year, in planning this already, there will be no high caps allowed. We are going to go to an only mid-cap, low-cap style of gameplay, and we will also make sure that whoever our on-site vendor is has plenty of mid-caps to go around, or low caps. We do know each gun is kind of finicky depending on the brand of mid-caps or low caps. So, yes, that is the mag restriction for this event. This is not a bio ammo only event. As of this time, none of the events at Old Frontier Airsoft are bio. However, there is discussion going on right now to go that route, possibly around the end of the year to the start of next year. Laser Dot is a bio ammo manufacturer. They're a supplier right here in Savannah, Georgia. And we do have an account set up with them, and that will be the ammo that when you pre-register, that's what you get. Will be 0.25 gram bio ammo. A lot of the events we go to out here in the surrounding areas are bio ammo only, so we're trying to conform and get everybody set on that that use. So be looking for that probably the start of next year for the bio ammo only requirement out at Old Frontier Airsoft. But then again, don't quote me on this. Things could change. They could decide, you know what? No, we're not going that route. However, with as strong as the bio ammo requirement is in a lot of the major events, we want to make sure that everybody is compliant, and we will make sure we do our best to get ammo out there to all our players that need it. So, let's see, what else? Any other questions that you guys have, please feel free to ask. I mean, I'm glad you guys are tuning in for this. And let's see. Do you have sponsored airsoft teams? Yes, FKT FBS does sponsor airsoft teams, and it's we don't give stuff for free. I mean, obviously, there are some very high tier airsoft players, airsoft teams out in the area that they work very exclusively with a certain retailer or certain supplier. But what we do offer here is we offer 15% off all our Kydex items, and all we ask for in return is, if you're using our gear, we ask for pictures. We want to see our gear being used, whether it's real steel or for airsoft. We ask that, if you go to an event and somebody asks you where you got your holster or whatnot, you say, hey, I got it here. We try to furnish all our teams, and we do have a few single players that we do sponsor, and we try to furnish them with business cards. We are working on getting patches. We're in the process of getting more challenge coins made. Some of the things that we do for the teams that we sponsor is we do things like we'll hook them up with some really cool, nice tack assist folder knives. Some team, there are groups that will send, ammo out to, but it's not a regular thing. These are those examples of teams are teams that we've been working with since probably 2013, 2014. So we've been working with them quite regularly. We do ask that if, with our sponsor teams, if we make something new, we might send you a couple pieces of gear and say, hey, look, you guys can keep this, but we want you to do an honest review. Let each member of your team use it. Let us know what we can do, because what we want to turn around and what we use our sponsored, teams or individuals for is we want to know where we can improve all the time. So we do, in a way, enlist airsoft players and some real steel individuals to assist us in making our products better. I mean, I for instance, our very first holster, our Enforcer that we made in 2012 when we started, has gone through so many evolutions due to people coming back that we trust, that have tested our products and say, hey, wait, you know what? This right here we noticed we were really getting hung up on, or this was too tight, or it's not sitting right, or it's too wide or too long. So we have made many, many strides in trying to correct the issues with our products and to make them better for you guys in the long run. So yes, we do sponsor, to go back to the original question, we do sponsor airsoft teams. There are only, and I will put this out there, there is only right now 2 to 3, actually 3 individuals that we will actually go out of our way, get custom printed Kydex with their logo that they've had professionally designed, and we will go out and we will make them products. We will ask them, hey, what are you looking for? Do you need a holster? Do you need a mag pouch? What do you need? We will make it for them and send it to them. We only have 3 individuals, and as of this point, we are not looking at adding any more individuals like that to our roster. However, we do love to sponsor teams that are out there. We do love to get our gear out there. If you only want to be with us for a year and be like, hey, look, we don't want to run with you guys anymore or carry you as a sponsor, hey, that's fine. But any information that you can get back to us to make our products better, that's what we use our sponsor teams for. So, good question. So like I said, we do try to help the local teams and do things for them. So I can tell you, when we went to Broken Arrow, we were one of the event sponsors for that event, and we did like 4 of our custom, I think 3 or 4 of our custom player packs, which is a pistol and a flashbang pouch, and then we did 2 or 3 of just holsters that we gave away. So again, if you have an event coming up and you're looking for an event sponsor, we do things like that as well. Let's see here. You guys are asking really good questions, and this is our first podcast, so I didn't expect a whole lot. But any other questions that you guys have, anything, feel free to ask. And it looks like we're getting a couple more people to join in. Oh, here we go. What can you tell us about Falcon Kydex and Kydex products? Well, Falcon Kydex tech has been around since 2012. And it basically came out of the fact that I needed a holster for a gun. And I just happened to look up a holster for this particular pistol that I have. And it was like the 3rd search engine down. I found this thing on how to make your own holsters. And from then on, I ordered the gear, the press, the heat gun. And in the very beginning, I was sanding things with a Dremel. I was cutting things with a Dremel. Very rudimentary, just ugly design. I don't think I have the holster anymore. But it worked. It was very effective. And I thought to myself, well, hey, let me take this to one of the local airsoft CQC places in the area and let me see what they think. And I took it, and a lot of people were asking, well, hey, can you make knife sheaths? So I kind of played around with that. Next thing, it was flashbang pouches, and it just kind of evolved from there. And something that I was thinking was going to be like a 1Z, 2Z type thing became, guys asking for 3 or 4 of this, and then it became getting orders from Team Scimitar, which is out in England. They, 5 holsters right off the bat. So I was getting out into the international circuit, and it has just expanded from there. I can tell you right now, East Coast Airsoft up in, I want to say Massachusetts or Maryland. I don't have their information in front of me. I apologize. They have ordered from me a couple times. Matter of fact, I just sent them a large order of double flashbang pouches, double and single flashbang pouches that just went out to them. Airsoft R Us and in the UK just ordered a huge amount of holsters from me. So again, we have quite the reach out in throughout the world. I mean, when I was in Washington State, thanks to Jeremy Valentine, who is the owner of Falcon knives, he makes custom knives, really beautiful knives, but he helped me really push my business to the next level. He came to me with, I think it was a Desert Eagle, very first Desert Eagle holster I ever made. And from then on, every time I turned around, I was making something new for him. I made something for his wife, and it just exploded from there. So, you know, then Brett from BB Tactical, he started using me for a lot of Kydex products, and it just blew up from there. So now that I'm in Richmond Hill, Georgia, doing the same thing, I'm also a member of Zert. I get a lot of requests from the Zert guys. I also, you know, I'm starting to get plugged into the airsoft community here as well. So that's what I can tell you about FKT. It is a vet-owned business. I am a U.S. Navy veteran, was a hospital corpsman, served my whole time at Camp Lejeune. So I try to figure out as well is, hey, how can I make my products work for the military and, you know, assist them? And I have had orders from, matter of fact, I sent an Enforcer Level 2 holster to a British soldier, Lee Hill, who I'm friends with on Facebook. You can ask him as well. He loves my holster. I made a holster for him and a mag pouch for his Glock out there. So we do reach out quite a bit. We do have a lot of, I guess, customers all through the country. I think I've put a holster or some Kydex product in almost all 50 states, and I've done them in France, England, Ireland. I've got an order going to Japan. So I've had them Canada. I have them going all over the place. What I can tell you about Kydex products is it gives a better, it's more of a custom look to your holster. We know there's Blackhawk out there. We know there's Safariland. We know there's Blade Tech. And there's us guys who, you know, benders or whatever you want to call us, the custom Kydex group, where we're doing double layered holsters. We're doing holsters with sophisticated cutouts in them. Custom printed Kydex, which you don't see a lot of the big companies like the three I mentioned doing custom printed Kydex. So we're more on the custom side of things. We do have standard builds for us. Like for FKT, it's the Enforcer holster is probably our standard flagship holster. So we always have that going for us. And we evolve. As you guys come to us with new requests, we're always evolving. So, you know, I've done in the waistband holsters for the FNX 45 with the TLR 2. I've done them with the Surefire Ultra 400X. I absolutely hate those two lights just due to the little laser underneath them, but we do make the holsters for them. So with Kydex, it's a thermal mold. It all based on what type of oven or what you're using to heat your Kydex, pressing it. There's everything from the standard bench press. There's guys that go out and make their own. There's the taco press. There's vacuum seals. So I mean, Kydex within itself, there's a lot of variation. There's a lot of different things we can do with it. We're not injection molding. So we try to make the best custom products for you guys that we possibly can, and that goes for all the different Kydex, I guess, guys or shops out there. I mean, there's a lot of guys that do it in their basement that try to undercut. You know, they might come out with a lower price point, but there's guys that look at trying to turn this into a viable, sensible business that they can expand into, and you know, not have to do the grind 9 to 5. They're able to make holsters and whatever else, and they're able to do that as their day job because they enjoy doing it. So that's basically FKT and Kydex products in general. So and again, you know, a lot of it's all handmade. There really is no automated process. I have not seen an automated way where a robot can, you know, Kydex in the oven, move it to the press it, move it to the cut it, sand it, final sand it, wash it down. You know, I haven't seen that. So it's a very hands-on, very, you know, if you're looking to reclaiming the manufacturing spirit of this country and doing something with your hands, this is definitely it. So Just trying to think. Do we have, I know we've had one particular individual asking a lot of questions. Does anybody else out there, hey, we got somebody from France on here. That's pretty awesome to know that our Periscope is getting some viewers in France. That's pretty cool. I like seeing that international flair coming out here. Please feel free to ask anything that comes to mind within what we're talking about. I will entertain just about any question that you guys can ask pertaining to what we're talking about. We're going to try, I do want to put this out here. We are going to try and do these Periscope live broadcasts at least once a week. I'm looking at doing it Saturday, probably from 8 to 9, and we'll, discuss different things. We'll talk about, new products on the line. Got another question. Back to one dagger. Will there be vehicles? As of this time, there will be one vehicle. We do have a third faction that will be, at this point, they are working on obtaining their vehicle to use. Let's see who else. What do I think about the French people? You guys have your moments. I think every country, the population has their moments, good and bad. Overall, French people are pretty cool. I don't have an issue with them. But back to what I was saying about the vehicles. I knew there was going to be something like that coming in here. We are looking at potentially one vehicle that will be used by our third faction. But as of this time, they're still in the process of acquiring a vehicle. We haven't really looked in the vehicle just due to safety concerns. And if we do go with vehicles, there will probably be a limited amount of individuals that will be handpicked to ride in those vehicles and be part of that. We don't want to throw everything at you guys in one op and then next year not have any surprises left. So we're not quite sure where we are in vehicles, but definitely keep reading the main event post. We do have an Operation Black Dagger Facebook group page that you can search for, and we try to update that as much as possible with what's going on as well. And the actual event posting, we try to update that as much as possible. And for those of you that are following that, you've probably seen a lot of chatter come across by the way of, 2 down pilots now. We have high tensions going on right now with a particular country due to resources that were just recently found. So when you guys are reading all those, just think about what missions could possibly come out of that. So that's one of the other things we want to tell you guys is, what you're reading, I would keep a close eye on that and just kind of jot down, because there will be missions that are coming out of those little blurbs that show up on the page. So, like I said, glad the French people showed up here on our Periscope live broadcast. But definitely, like I was saying before about the Old Frontier Airsoft Field, Matt Scheel, and I apologize if I murdered your name. A lot of the local teams around the area have pulled resources. They, are using the contacts that they have to get materials for building, and they give up whole days, sometimes a whole weekend, to go out to that field and improve it. Because honestly, that field, I'm going to let you know right now, that field's non-profit. It is owned by the Old Frontier Ministries, so it is a non-profit field. And you guys coming out there, when you guys pay that money for a rec game, or you pay that money for an event, it's going right back into the field. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to hold my event out at that field. First time I went out there, the potential of the field, the size of the field, the different play areas of that field were just amazing. And I was like, wow, this field has so much potential. But it can only reach its potential by you guys going out there and playing on it. And I know there are airsoft fields all over Georgia. I mean, where I live in Richmond Hill, I have Fort Stewart Airsoft. I have Hopper's Paintball down the road for me. But sometimes it's nice to, it's a 2-hour drive, but to get away from my normal field and just walk into an AO that is just so different from what I'm normally playing on, that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I want to go for. And that's what this field is trying to become. And the more and more play that's on this field, the better it will become. So definitely get a chance. They are on Facebook. The Old Frontier Airsoft, I believe it's Airsoft or Airsoft Field. But give their page a like. Check out the events coming on. Matt and the page admins do their best to keep that updated with, events that are going on. I know that I think it's this weekend, they're having a field admin versus everybody game. So I'm not quite sure if that's open to the public or if that's invite only. But definitely check it out. Definitely reach out to Matt and send them a message and find out. Say, hey, are you opening this up to everybody? So they do follow the TOG Milsim rule set. So be sure that if you've never played by those rules, you can go to TOG Facebook and their Facebook page and look up their rule set. You can go to the Out Broken Arrow Facebook page. The rule set's posted on there as well, and you can just go over their rules. And I believe it is also posted on the Old Frontiers Facebook page as well. So, give you a different place to play. Get your buddies, come on out and try for something different. Not everybody can afford to go to a Milsim West or an American Milsim game, sometimes due to cost. So that's one thing with this field that they're trying to build, is give you, a high level experience without paying that huge price tag to go play, at one of those AOs. Which, don't get me wrong, those are some pretty amazing AOs. Broken Arrow was at an amazing AO, and I hope we get a chance to go back there and play again. So I had a blast. I played one day, and then I had orders I had to work on Sunday, so kind of cut my play day in half. But it is a very good AO. I was exhausted when I got done. So any other questions, comments, queries, anything along that line? Just waiting to see what pops up. I do want to say thanks to everybody that did show up for this. Oh, here we go. Oh, ECTS. So Tony, my friend, is a member of ETCS. They are a squad based both, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, because you can post and everybody can see it as well. They are based in Florida, and Tony's getting ready to relocate to South Carolina, where he'll be starting another chapter of the team. So they are a team that I have asked that when we film our trailer for Op Black Dagger, that they come out and play the security force. Now, they may not be the security force for the actual event, but these guys are gracious enough to come out of Florida to be able to assist us with this filming for the promo video. And if you guys saw the promo video for killing Pablo Escobar, this is going to be right up there as well. So definitely plan on another good video. And I know sometimes the video helps attract a little bit more attention to the event, but yes, Tony, you can speak a little bit more about your group. We have a couple different groups that we sponsor, and so as you see, Tony just posted there, and he's letting everybody know that yes, they will be adding another unit of their team in South Carolina, and that's actually really cool when you can see a team that, when another member moves out of state, they go ahead and they try to get another state chapter up and running. A team that's really good at that, believe it or not, is Pratt. They're based out of Washington State. They got a team in Nevada. They got one in Tennessee. They starting up one here in Georgia. I believe Texas. And they're just all over the place. And they're getting, every time a member moves somewhere else, because some of them are military or whatnot, they try to start that Pratt unit up in another state as well. So it's pretty cool to see teams do that. That's very impressive in the airsoft community. So hopefully, good luck out to Tony and his group that they're able to get that team in South Carolina going, and they get a good following there as well. Oh, Tony's talking again. There you go. So if there's any viewers in South Carolina that might be looking for a team that is focused more for the milsim style of play, get a hold of Tony on here, and he'll be able to, let you know what their requirements are for joining. So what I'm going to do is this is going to be the end of our meeting for our broadcast for today. We will be posting this on Facebook. The link will be on Twitter. We'll upload it to our YouTube channel. Our email is ftktech@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at Falcon Kydex Tech by searching Facebook, of course. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at Falcon Kydex Tech. Same thing on Instagram, and you can search us by Falcon Kydex Tech. You can also search us on now Periscope at Falcon Kydex Tech. So we try to hit all the social medias. We try to hit YouTube and Facebook and get things up so you guys can view it 18 different ways. Oh, hang on here. No, you're not too late. Whoever just joined, do you have any questions? I'm catching people as they're coming in, so maybe we'll go for a little bit longer here. And there, Tony went ahead and he posted the website for his team as well. So we're looks like we got a lot more people coming in and joining, and 2 people have left. So again, be sure. I know this is short notice. The meeting today I know we were supposed to do it over the weekend. However, being Easter, I didn't think it was. Whoa, here we go. Oh, what are knife sheath and holster gun prices? So your knife sheath standard is $20. They do range in price based on size of the knife. Time it might take to block it to get the right sheath angle so you have ease of draw. Holsters, again, are all based upon what features you want. Say, for instance, if you just want a standard holster without without a tack light, without anything special, that's our FKT Enforcer holsters. And those are $45 a piece. But if you want something a little bit more secure or to be a little bit more versatile, we do have what's called our Striker holster, which is a wrap style holster, but it applies 3 levels of retention for our holster. And it also allows to be attached to things like Blackhawk, the Blackhawk Serpent platform, the drop leg platforms. It can be used for what else am I thinking here? The G-Code RTI pouch as well. So there are many different levels that the holster can be used for, and those run $65. We also do run what's called range day kits, and range day kits are your holster, your mag pouch, and a banger pouch, which, believe it or not, I have seen the banger pouches used for everything. M27 smoke grenades, VTG training grenades, EG-18s, I think it's WP-40s. However, here's the caveat with those. I've seen them used for beer cans, soda cans, beer bottles. I even saw Brett from BB Tactical take one and put a hot dog that was in a hot dog bun inside the banger pouch. So I do know these things can be used for just about anything. Hang on one second. I'm going to flip my camera since I lost my... All right, now I can see you guys a little better. I lost my other device that I was using. But like I said, no, nothing broke. I was running a tablet that I thought had enough charge to last for the meeting, but it decided to die on me, so no worries there. Like I was saying, the holsters... Thanks, Tony. The holsters all vary in price depending on what you want. The Enforcer Level 2 is a $65 holster, and that's basically our Enforcer with the Level 2 retention on it. So we try to keep everything competitively priced. We know there's 1,000,001 Kydex guys out there and gals that are doing this, but we try to stay as competitive as possible. We do not copy other people's builds. Even though a lot of holsters look the same in design and shape, it's really hard. You know, we try to vary our holsters to where they're not copying somebody else. But believe it or not, in the long run, do you do custom patches? We do not personally do patches here. We don't really have the I guess the drive to do patches. We would definitely need to acquire more space than what we currently have to do patches. So we can source you out to other patch companies, and so they're out there. Do I know somebody who does? Off the top of my head, not right now, but if you were to search custom patches, you're going to get 101 different websites that do everything from embroidery to the PVC patches. So it's all on what you want, what you're willing to spend for those as well. There you go. Tony just posted Patch Junction. So, Vern, what are some ways you are looking to expand your company in the next couple of months? So, what we're looking at for expansion is we love getting the single orders. That we love doing custom orders for you guys. That's why I do this for. I love being challenged by you guys always coming to me and saying, Vern, I want a holster that does this, this, and this. Can you do it? 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you, yes, I can. It might take me a little bit, might take me some trial and error, but we'll definitely get you that custom-made holster. What I would like to go into is I'm looking more to go into the retail side where I'm supplying large retailers to sell my stuff. And I know there's a lot of competition out there. Like I said, you got Blackhawk, you got Safari Land, you got G-Code, you got Blade Tech. You got all those guys that have been in the game for so long. That's where I would like to go. However, what I did tell you guys, and now that I remember through this whole time, thanks for jarring my memory a little bit, we are going to be adding in a new department here at FKT FBS. And for those of you that don't know what FBS stands for, it's Falcon Battle Systems LLC. It's the LLC that Falcon Kydex Tech slides underneath. Oh, index release button. We don't touch those. What are you thinking? Go get a Blackhawk if that's that crap. You know better than that, Tony. Anyways, we are going to get into the prop making side for airsoft. So, you know, we do know that you can make props yourself. We do know that you can go out and buy props from other companies. However, in the process of getting ready for our op, we're trying new things for props, and we've seen a lot of the cool things out there. The digital boxes, the turnkey boxes, the number combination pin boxes that everybody's making out there. But what we want to do is we want to make props for people for their ops that not only are going to be low cost but yet effective and high quality. So with us prototyping a lot of the stuff that we're building for our op, we will be starting up here in probably the next month or so a airsoft milsim prop production side for our company. We'll make things like pipe, sim. I don't need DHS or anybody called on me, obviously, but we'll be making simulated things like pipe bombs out of PVC pipe. We're going to build, we have a couple rocket launchers that we have drawn out and ready to be built for our op that will actually have to work off a keypad to where you'll actually have to get the control panel to all light up before, quote unquote, you can use the rocket launcher. So again, we're always trying to figure out how we can expand our business. Like I said before, we would love to where we just catered to, big retailers, surplus stores, you name it. And thank you for rooting for us. I appreciate that. We're always looking for good fans to help carry our name and banner out there to get people to know who we are and what we do. But my dream for this business is to where, places like Cabela and Bass Pro Shop are putting in 1,000-unit orders, for my products. That's my end goal. I'd also like to export my products to, obviously, allied governments and things like that to, supply their military with custom gear. Now, I know it's a far-fetched thing. I know some people, when they'll see this video, they'll probably laugh about it. But in my grand scheme of things, that would be the end goal that I would like for this business. Tony, thanks for being on board, and we'll catch you in the next one. I'm sure I'll be talking to you on Facebook later tonight. But no, that's the drive for our business, and that's where I'd like this business to go. So we're not there yet. We do have a long way to go. I'm always learning, and the products are always evolving. So that was a really good question. I'm glad you asked it. So do we have any other questions or I guess thoughts out there? All right, well, like I said, we're going to get this. Oh, here we go. Do you guys make custom gear uniforms? No, we actually don't. Thanks, Spectre. I'm glad you like the holster, and I hope we see you at our next live Periscope cast. We do not make uniform parts. Again, not really something we want to get into. We leave that to the professionals that have been doing it for years and years. So really no goal for me to go out and start making custom uniform or gear. I know there's a few individuals that are out there that I will do some research and try to tag them for you that do make custom gear. But again, like I said, we're going to end it for the night, and we will be back here doing this again on Saturday from 8 to 9 or longer, however long you guys want to go. You guys are the driving force for this. And again, we'll have this up on Facebook, YouTube. It's on Twitter, so once we end this, for those that are watching live on Twitter, you'll be able to watch it again, and it'll be in our Periscope feed as well. I want to thank everybody for coming and being part of this very first Periscope live broadcast for us. We're really impressed, and like I said, you guys are the driving force behind this, and you're what keeps FKT FBS on their toes and keeps us out there and keeps us doing what we need to do. Next meeting or next broadcast, I will be going over a couple different products that we make here, just so you guys can have a look-see of what we do. And possibly I'll be doing a video where I take you from an order from start to finish, all the way from being cut from the sheets of Kydex all the way to being molded, cut again, sanded, washed, and ready to go for shipping. So again, thanks a lot for you guys attending, and I will see you guys next week, Saturday, 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time.